Hello, Marcus Huerta here. We don't need to hunt for our food anymore, and we don't need to fast. So why are we still fasting? Well, with modern times comes modern solution, and in the world of diets and nutrition, it's no different. Is intermittent fasting as beneficial as people say? Well, as a person who is constantly trying to be better and better themselves, intermittent fasting has not only caught the eyes of me, but many others. Now, this speech is done with many credible and countless hours of research, not only by me, but many credible voices. Now, in this speech, we will go over what intermittent fasting is, how intermittent fasting works, and if the benefits are really benefits. Now, let's start off with your biggest question. What is intermittent fasting? Many diets focus on when you eat. However, this diet is going to focus on when you eat. So there are many different approaches to intermittent fasting, but they all have one thing in common, and that is that you cannot eat during the fast, and you can only drink water when you're not fasting. Some of the popular approaches may have you fasting for days up to hours at a time. Now, depending on the type of fast. Now, fasting, however, is not a newly found practice. According to the Karen Foundation, there are 7 religions that practice some sort of fast. Now, one of them being Christians during Lent and Muslims during Ramadan. Now, neuroscientist Mark Mattson says that our bodies have developed and evolved to go hours to days without food. This is likely due to prehistoric times when food wasn't as readily available as it is now, causing sometimes people to have to go days or nights without food. So now that we know the basics on intermittent fasting, how does intermittent fasting works? There are many ways of practicing intermittent fasting, and this could be for hours up to days at a time. So one of them being every other day. This just means that you eat one day and then fast the next. And during the fasting, there's nothing that you could eat. It's only water, sometimes potentially coffee, depending on the calorie intake. Another being the 5-2 ratio, which is you eat for 5 consecutive days, and then the remaining 2 you fast. And then the most popular is an 8-hour window. Now, this just means that you eat for a consecutive 8 hours, and the rest of the day you are fasting and not eating. So I have this little infographic that I would like to show you if my screen would turn on. So here you're looking at just a daily schedule of what your intermittent fasting could look like. Now, from the morning time to 12 p.m. when you wake up, or not, from when you wake up to 12 p.m., you'd be eating nothing. This just means that it's only water. However, it does mention coffee right here. This is just because coffee could sometimes be less than 5 calories. This would also mean that you'd have to add no sweeteners and no sugars and no milk, because that will also add calories. If it is all under that and is under 5 calories, you could theoretically drink coffee. However, it is very easy to miscalculate the amount of calories that you're putting in your body, and I wouldn't recommend it, but there are some people that do need coffee, and this would benefit them. So from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., this is your window of eating. Now, you could just eat normally as you would throughout a normal day. However, when it turns 8 p.m., you can no longer eat, and you must go back to water. So after this little window, you're water and then sleep, and then you wake up, and then you're able to do it again. Now, 90% of people feel more energized after 1 week of intermittent fasting. This is likely because during intermittent fasting, your body will get used to the amount of calories that you're intaking and when you're intaking them. So your body will start feeding off of itself. So if you are trying to lose weight, some of that extra fat that you are storing on your body will be burned and eaten by your body, which is not a bad thing. It is a good thing. And now 75% of people on intermittent fasting will stick to it. Now, there's a lot of reasons why people would be fasting or intermittent fasting, as fasting may not be a fast to lose weight. Now, some people could intermittent fast and eat the right amount of calories to maintain a body weight that they would like to do. So, some people will drop down to lose that weight, and then because of the intermittent fast, they will just maintain it. You do, if you're able to eat enough calories during the 8-hour window that this infographic did provide, then you would theoretically not lose weight and reap the benefits of intermittent fasting. This is why this type of fast is sustainable to the normal person, and you aren't just going to be dropping body weight and shredding into the point where it's no longer maintainable. So now let's learn the science behind intermittent fasting. While on the fast, your body will adapt to the calorie intake or the caloric change in intake. Now, Stephen Anton says that after 12 hours, your body will enter ketosis. Now, this is just when your body breaks down and starts to shred the fat, like I said in the infographic. And it will shred up to a pound of fat, which is 3,500 of nutrient-rich calories. Now, this will just look like this. This is a pound of bacon. This is about the closest thing I got to a pound of fat, because bacon is, there's high percentages of fat in bacon. Now, it is a lot. Now, at the 16-hour mark, your body will start to cleanse throughout the body and in the gut. This is because your body will start spreading healthy microorganisms throughout it to replenish some of the burned proteins that your body will be eating. So now that we know how intermittent fasting works, are the benefits really benefits? It may not look like other diets, and it may not have other diets beat. According to Harvard's medical school, they have concluded that in a study that diets that have you in a caloric deficit are as capable for losing weight as intermittent fasting is, with no real differences. Though the little differences in the fasting, the fasted may experience such side effects as hunger, fatigue, insomnia, nausea, and headaches that other diets may not experience. However, they will often go away in the first couple of months. So intermittent fasting has shown to help people outside of losing weight, like I said earlier. So intermittent fasting has shown better results than other diets for losing or for lowering inflammation throughout the body, says Manpreet Mundy. So this may benefit people with Alzheimer's, arthritis, asthma, multiple sclerosis, and strokes, anything that has to deal with a high amount of inflammation. It can also help with thinking, memory, heart health, tissue health, HGH output, and physical performance in keeping lean muscle mass. This also could help with blood sugar and lowering insulin sensitivity. This is just because you're not going to be eating during the outside of the window, so there's going to be no random spikes in insulin throughout the day. And then also, you cannot lose weight during this fast and still reap some of the benefits. So with that being said, now you know what intermittent fasting is, how it works, and if the benefits are really benefits. So is intermittent fasting as beneficial as people say? Hopefully with this newly gained information, you can decide for yourself if intermittent fasting really is as beneficial as people say. Thank you.